Hello.
And we're back.
We are back. And we're not green, we're in red.
I'm curious if this is going to work.
Are you going to do this live?
Yeah, I
Are you even sure we're on our Wi-Fi? Did you check that?
Oh, that's always a good question. We are on Wi-Fi.
And we checked the audio, but hit us up in the chat. I see Dawn's in there. Make sure we can hear us.
Let's just see if this works.
Oh, you're going to try to upload a video while we're...
Never. I still have our old vlog intro. Look, it's on there. Let's see if it works. Okay. Oh, that beautiful beam footage. Is that what they say?
I think so.
I gotta know, when can we do this again?
It worked.
Yay!
All right. We are back.
And hopefully you all didn't experience much lag when we were updating the intro on the fly.
I do not like using our green screen. I just feel like it makes us look super washed out.
It does. Yeah, we look... Yeah.
And we've been sick for the last week.
Actually, so maybe it fits.
Don't look great to begin with.
No, maybe it fits.
I don't know.
I'm losing my voice in and out today.
I know.
But the show must go on. We canceled last week.
We've already delayed for a week, so
We aren't going to delay again.
this time.
So let's welcome friends in. We've got Dawn, Hitchhiking Bones.
Dawn's here. Looks like the Fieros are here.
Yeah.
Yes, I was having technical difficulties before because I realized I was also wearing a green shirt.
That was exciting.
That doesn't really work, so I had to do a quick wardrobe change.
So,
We're
well,
tired.
our friends gather up. I'm going to post it in the chat once right now. We're going to talk tonight mainly about our Colorado trips, some of our Colorado vlogs that are out, some of them that are still coming.
Still coming.
We're going to start out with a little bit of D23 thought, just our thoughts, our feelings. Not that
Well,
really matters, but basically
I think in relation to travel.
in relation to travel, which is what we're
Right.
talking about. And we're
Yeah.
actually talking about travel that's not Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
So
So I mean,
if you want to talk immensely about
Yes.
D23, Hitchhiking Bones tonight, right after our
right after
stream,
our stream,
head on over there.
they'll dig in.
They're going to dig in
deeper.
deep.
We are just gonna hit some of the highlights. I think.
Wait.
What are
Oh,
you
no,
doing?
that's not going to work.
What are
Oh,
you-
no,
what are
that's
you
not going to work.
doing?
I'm blocking the sign.
Oh. Scoot over more this way, then.
I'll go over here.
You can scoot over this way.
I'll go over here.
Okay. Then I'll scoot.
You stay in the middle.
So yeah, I think that for us, some of the highlights of D23,
Hey, Amanda, thanks for hopping
I
on.
was super excited about the announcement of the new cruise ship.
Right?
We
got a
knew
name.
we knew there was a new cruise ship coming, but
And we knew from the book that adventure was probably because they
Yes.
threw out all the concepts. I'm like, oh, they're giving a preview of what all the concepts are going to be.
Mhm.
So adventure, enchantment is what, right? That's enchantment? No. Is that maybe the next one?
well, they kind of started with enchantment, and that's what grew into the wish.
Yes. Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I don't love the name treasure. Yeah. It's awkward. Maybe
Disney
it'll
treasure.
grow on me, and as we get more information about the ship, I'll like it better. I just feel conflicted over the concept.
It feels
of,
like Schmeagol.
well,
Treasure.
I feel like when I think of treasure, I think of pirates.
Right. Which that's okay.
Um,
Pirates on the Sea.
But I don't know that I think of other Disney movies. To me, is treasure is something you seek.
Yeah.
And not, I don't know. But I
And not
have a
destination.
feeling. I have a feeling what they're gonna do though is expound upon the fact that treasure is not always gold and riches, but
Yeah.
it is the memories that you make
Experiences.
and our love for one another and
Yes.
the relationships and friendships that we find. I have a feeling that's kind of where they're going with find your treasure. What's your treasure? I mean, they always say that in
Yes.
the 3 T's, time, talent, and treasure is what you should share in life. But again, the treasure piece is if you have the resources to monetarily contribute or share
Yeah.
resources. I don't know. It's just an
Yeah.
awkward name, But the like 3 portholes with Coco, Moana,
And the hitchhiking
and
bones.
the hitchhiking ghosts,
Or the ghosts, not the bones. Bones are right here.
is exciting. I do think that that's like some sort of a little hint as to what we're going to be getting on the ship. Maybe the restaurants, maybe like kids club theming. I don't know.
And we've got where the Andy Emleys are in the house.
Yeah,
tonight, so.
treasure always follows adventure.
Yeah.
True. Like, right. I mean, and I think that's what they're going for, right? Is it like,
Yeah.
that's what you ultimately end up with is some kind of treasure. It may be like golden riches, but it may be the like memories you made along the way or the self-discovery of who you are. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that evolves, but
I'm excited it'll be adventure
yes,
themed.
I'm excited for that. And I'm hoping that like
Hitchhiking
Coco
ghosts,
and Moana
pirates,
and the hitchhiking ghosts are some
Dawn,
sort
if you
of,
already
like-
haven't planned it for your chat tonight, I will be there and I will derail it talking about what is the bar going to be.
Yes, we're
What
hoping
is the bar?
for a
The
Trader
theme?
Sam's of the Sea.
A Trader Sam's of the Sea.
Yeah. But I want to know like what like exactly. Forget the memories. I want gold.
And I want to point this out. We need a pause break. 2 comments have come in. Irene, your hair looks great.
So I am not a hair person. This is my like, I'm always trying to find the best product that allows me to get the most bang with the least
For your
amount of
time
time.
Your time buck.
I am not a stylist by any means. I don't really know what to do with hair ever. So I saw this thing and I'm like, okay, I could do this. I could try this thing. And it's basically like this padded, like it's like a padded wire that you put over your head. It's very like, it feels very like 1950s.
You do look very
like
1950s
hairstyle.
Yeah.
But it's actually fairly easy to use. The first time I didn't let my hair dry long enough, and I don't think I like did enough like parts in it. But you basically put this thing over your head, and then you just like kind of like wrap your hair around it, and then you can let it dry. And supposedly you can even do it with like dry hair, but I don't think my hair would do anything if it was dry. Like I think it would have to be wet. But yeah, it actually like I think it worked this time. I'm very happy with it, and what I like is that it's not like it doesn't have a ton of like it has no product in it, so it's
putting
not
chemicals
like,
in your hair.
It's not like crunchy or heavy or like anything like that. It's just very very soft and just feels like I let my hair naturally dry.
Yeah.
So I have just like very straight hair. So I was very happily surprised with how it turned out this time. I think Mark thinks I'm like crazy when I try these things, but yes, the hair salon of the future that you pass in the People Mover, very much that is what it feels like. This little like futuristic hair. It is a heatless satin curler. My mom read it. I texted it to her late at night with a picture of me in my hair, and she thought I had texted her saying "heartless Satan." So she was like, "What are you doing? Like, are you performing some sort of ritual on your hair?" So I told her last night, I'm performing the Satanistic ritual again, and we're gonna see if it works this time. So yes, it is a heatless satin curler, and I would say I'm happy with how it turned out this time. We'll see how long it holds. I don't know if I'll maintain.
Is this an Amazon thing?
Yeah, it's an Amazon thing. It's normally like I think $50, but I got it on sale for like $15.
I'll go find the link in a second and post it down below.
It worked very well. I'm very
Any more thoughts on the treasure?
Yeah, so I think the treasure was really exciting. We knew that was kind of coming.
We knew another ship was coming, obviously. That's been news. They bought it. They've already bought it.
I honestly didn't think we were going to get any news about it. I didn't think they were going to have
I didn't
a
even think
name.
yeah.
So we were really excited about that.
Yeah.
We are planning on doing a 40th birthday cruise for Mark that summer.
Should be summer 2024.
Summer 2024. So then we're like, oh no,
Oh,
like is that going to
no.
conflict with our plans?
Coming out 2024,
But we don't think it's going to be done because it took them 2 years to build the Wish. Granted, that was during an international pandemic, which added definitely some hiccups and time along the way.
2+ years. It was more than 2 years
Yeah.
because they started in March of 2020, then everything shut down for a couple
Right.
months. So it set them 2 months back. So
we'll see.
we'll see.
We'll see. So that was exciting news. And then I think I just think all the little like tidbits of things. We also knew they were going to be announcing a lot with the 100th. We knew about the exhibit that was coming to Philadelphia. Very excited to hear that it's also going to be touring in Chicago and Kansas City.
Yep.
So then we're like, oh, where do we want to go see it? Because we love Chicago. We love Philadelphia. We also really enjoyed our very brief visit to Kansas City.
Yeah.
And talked about how we would want to go back there someday. And those are both very meaningful places.
And it's over the next 5 years. So if you want to see it soon,
that was
then you need to go to
good to
Philadelphia.
know that it's like they're going to have this touring for 5 years. So that definitely kind of was almost like a sigh of relief.
Yeah.
And then we knew that they were going to be doing something for Disneyland. Like there was already rumors of a 100-year anniversary fireworks show coming. So we kind of had that on our radar. We do have hotel rooms booked already for January in Disneyland, but we're not sure if we're going to go, but it was something we booked a long time ago with the anticipation of the news. So, and then, not a ton of here and now coming soon for Disney
I really
World.
give Josh D'Amaro credit for coming out and saying, hey, we stopped everything during the pandemic. And and people interpret it as construction, but I literally think they stopped pretty much all thought and planning.
Yeah, because
I really think they ground everything to a halt, went into kind of maintenance mode. You don't know. No,
nobody
they didn't know
what this was going to mean. And especially for the theme park industry, a pandemic, oh my gosh, people have to stay in their homes. They can't leave.
Well, and that's when they rerouted all their money to
respiratory spreading. How are we going to possibly bring people into an amusement park, And
they rerouted all their money to Disney Plus because that's what everyone does at home.
Yep. So I do think we're in a lull era, and I think that there's a lot of blue sky and there's a lot of, envisioning going on. But I was happy with the news that came out of D23.
I was happy to see they're back thinking, and so I'm going to post a link in the chat. If you haven't read it yet, I'd love to direct everyone to stuff that isn't ours. And actually, Irene pointed this out to me and read it to me tonight while I was making dinner. WDWNT and specifically Tom Corliss wrote an editorial. It is really well written.
Yeah.
And really
I think it captures the real essence of
the real essence of what happened, what we experienced. And if anyone went into it thinking that Disney was going to go 180 on
or that we were going to get tons of news about this and that and this coming and this coming, I don't know how we could have, you know. And I'm really excited with what they're doing for the 100-year. And I think it's really special. And I think that it's the right thing to be doing for the 100-year. Because this is the 100-year of Walt Disney Studios. The company, not
the park.
Not the parks, not the theme parks. No. So it's wonderful that they're going to
parks came after the fact. It's actually the company. It's the studios.
Yeah. So, and I think that's what we love the most about Disney and what we kind of pride ourselves about and kind of what we're going to talk about tonight. But that, the essence of what Disney is, the community that it cultivates, the relationships that it brings into your life, the ability to just kind of open your eyes to everyday magic and to embrace the adventure and beauty and wonder that lies all around us. That's really a sense that we embrace in our lives. And I think it's very much who we are and our, style of travel.
Yep. And if you need a ticket or a pass to not go to WDW, Walt Disney World, for the next few years on a consistent, regular, insane basis, I think he gave you your pass.
Yeah, I mean,
head to Disneyland.
It was something we were
head to the Disney
about.
Cruise Line.
Yeah.
Head overseas because they do have projects that they weren't able to stop overseas.
Yeah.
I think that was the pass he handed out was, hey, we're not going to be doing much new at WDW.
But also Disney World
But
doesn't need it
that
right
much
now. They
into it.
just invested
Has.
all of this into like, you know, getting Tron and getting Guardians, and they have the framework laid to be doing these things in Epcot, and it doesn't need anything right now.
I mean, it needs stuff. Epcot needs something in that middle.
I mean, it always
Some concrete, maybe.
Yeah. But it's okay if Disney World kind of stays where it is for a couple of years.
Construction walls be down for a little while. I think people might
And
actually be
also,
happy
like,
about no construction walls.
I think it spoke volumes to the fact that they're bringing back Happily Ever After. Like, I think
a piece of it, the song.
well, yeah, I mean, it's still going to be Happily Ever After the show, but it's going to be modified. They're going to change things about it because that's what Disney does. And I think that, again, like, Disney is a company that embraces the design thinking model. And yes, Walcott for sure. And I think they're a company that pushes the boundaries. They want to try things.
Tear down that wall, Josh. Josh D'Amaro, tear down that wall.
JPEG does sound a little bit
like Okay. So yeah, that's why we're excited to talk about our adventures in Colorado and what we have on tap for the rest.
Because as you know, as we've shared, like, we didn't renew our annual pass to Disney World. It was a wonderful, adventurous chapter of our life, like doing lots and lots and lots of Disney World. And we like have loved that so much. And we've met so many amazing people, like, because of that. And because of that, we will be going back to Florida because we have these like friendships down there now that, you know,
we're not abandoning you.
For us, it's more about that now than it even is about like going to the park. But it's been a wonderful place for Wally to grow up too. We potty trained him in the Magic Kingdom. I mean, we definitely, like, the summer he was potty training, we like, that's what we did on that vacation for that week. We like focused on potty training him, and it was wonderful. I actually would like highly recommend taking your child to Disney World because
there's bathrooms everywhere,
and doing that as your potty training, because it was like great. Every time we went by a bathroom, we're like, hey, let's stop and go potty, and it was great. By the end of the trip, he was like, he had it down. So it was definitely like a big part of like how he grew up, and it's a big part of our like family, and we'll be going back. We do have plans to go back in July, so that's exciting.
We're not saying never again,
but we're just really excited to like go do some Disneyland time, to go do some cruising time. And I think that all the announcements coming out of D23 for us personally felt very aligned with kind of our like travel plans and like what we want to do locally and with Disney in the next, you know, couple of years. So yeah, I thought it was really exciting, and I'm really excited to hear what Hitchhiking Bones has to say tonight about the D23
and all the fans and genius that assembles. Mystically assembles. What's the materializes? Yes. With Hitchhiking Bones.
So this week on our channel, and it's kind of been drug out. I had hoped to have everything up, but we honestly,
video that's coming,
man,
I'm gonna tee it up. The video that's coming is good.
It's fun.
It's good. Yeah, I love it.
Already,
I've seen a preview.
We had some really fun like local adventures, and I think that's one of the things. Like, sure, there have been days where we're like, man, wouldn't it be wonderful to live like closer to a Disney park? But I think one of the things that we just love being in the middle of the country, and Colorado is such a beautiful place to be. Our weather is fantastic out here. We have the mountains. We have beautiful scenery. I'm always telling Mark, like, my FOMO and Colorado bucket list is just always growing, because there's just so much that we still want to do out here. One of our travel plans for the summer was to go down to Colorado Springs and do a long weekend.
Didn't even get time for that.
It was just kind of the trip that we kept like let's push it. We'll go like Labor Day weekend, and then we ended up being sick, which was great that we didn't end up going. But that's still on our bucket list to do Colorado Springs. It's an incredible place. There's some good Disney history down there. And that's the other thing we love about Colorado is there's some really fun little like Disney ties. And I think that it's a good example of like, no matter where you live, you can kind of find that like Disney magic.
Find that magic where you live.
Yeah. So in May, one thing that I'd been on our like Colorado bucket list for a long, long time was to go up to Estes Park and do the aerial tramway. We were supposed to go Memorial Day weekend with the Fieros, actually. So they have an awesome video up on their channel from when they went up. And then they did a ghost tour at the Stanley and did all the fun things up there. So make sure you go check them out as well. Because their video, they did a really wonderful job of really giving you like nice history and overview of the tramway and how it was built and all that sort of thing. So make sure you go check that out because they did a fantastic job with that. Yep. But yeah, so we did make it up the following weekend after that. And that was a super fun adventure. It's Estes Park has such a like special place in our heart. And it feels very Disney-like. I mean, it's definitely like, you know, a little mountain town. You've got all the fun shops, lots of things to see, lots of things to do, all the like candies. I always think that like downtown Estes Park smells like Main Street USA to me because it's like
popcorn
the confectionery,
candy,
like
yeah.
popcorn.
Every other store is a popcorn or chocolate or
so it's one of our favorite places. And we were married up there, so it holds like a very special place in our heart. And growing up, my family and I went there every single year. So it's definitely something that we really, really love. We love making it up there. But we had never done the tramway. We'd never done it. And I know like it makes us sound like hypocrites because we're not Disney Skyway fans.
The Skyliner, the death buckets.
The death buckets, as Mark calls them.
But it's because of my experience with that type of transportation system in Colorado.
It is an enjoyable ride. It is not an efficient form of transportation.
No, it's very efficient, just not reliable.
Which makes it inefficient.
Yes.
When things are not
and
reliable.
Add to that, inefficient. Disney's inability to communicate about the inefficiency of it makes it even more head bashing.
But when you can just ride it for fun,
then you're golden. You're in great shape. You're going to get where you're going to get in 20 minutes.
If you are relying on it for transportation, it is not great. Unless you're there in the winter, maybe, then maybe it's okay.
And if it stops when it's hot, and that's where the death comes in, you will fry.
Anyway, we do enjoy like going on like gondola. We've done the gondolas in Winter Park. We've done the gondolas in Steamboat. We really enjoy those. We like literally stepped off the gondolas in Winter Park one summer.
It's this trip that I knew when Disney was putting him. I'm like, that's a horrible choice.
We were up there with our dog. She was like a puppy. It was her very first little trip. We went up as a whole family, and we had ridden them over to the base and then
we ran back
to our hotel. And we like literally stepped off and it got struck by lightning. A giant bolt of lightning. Like
the gondola we just got off
in
of
our hearts,
got struck by lightning.
Like physically, like our whole bodies felt this bolt of lightning hit the thing, and it shut it down for like 3 hours.
It was many hours before they rolled.
And people were stuck on it. So we're like, how are they going to do this in Florida when Orlando gets hellacious thunderstorms and lightning in the summer? So
on a daily basis,
every day. So we knew that would like be problematic, and we definitely experienced that when we were down there in June and stayed there. But that being said, it is an enjoyable ride. It is a wonderful experience. And the aerial tramway in Estes Park is super fun. Just beautiful scenery to get up there, take in the mountain air. I always love being up in the mountains. Just the like smell of fresh pine is just like so soothing, I think. So that was really fun. And it's cool because it was built in 1955, which is the same year that that Disneyland opened. So it has kind of a little bit of a connection to Disney in that way. And
what's very interesting is it's that same time period where entrepreneurial thinking people are looking at spaces going, what if I put this here?
Yeah, and it was an attraction. It was an attraction that they built
clearly that mindset
in this tourist mountain town. Yeah. And it's wonderful. It's great. It's an awesome way to spend the afternoon, to get up there and like take in the mountain views. They have wonderful picnic tables everywhere. While I love the chipmunks, of course, it's always a tourist attraction in Colorado is the little mountain critters. So that was really a fun fun experience. I'm glad we finally did that. There's another thing on our Estes Park bucket list that we're hoping to cross off this fall. We'll see if we make it up there, but definitely planning on doing a fall drive.
Yep.
That's an annual tradition
Watch the
for our
aspens
family.
and trees change colors.
They're just like the trees are starting to change just a little bit down here. So I think up in the mountains they'll be starting to change even more. So that was a really fun little, and that was early June, or was that May that we went up there? It was May because it was the weekend after Memorial Day. So it was June. Yeah, because we didn't make it up there in May. It opens Memorial Day, and it's basically open Memorial Day to Labor Day on the weekends, and then now for the next month, they shift to being open during or weekends only, and not during the week. I don't know. I can't remember. Go watch the Fiero's vlog because I think they did a much better job of sharing that information. We tend to forget that kind of stuff. I don't know. Or Google it, I mean, that's
GTS.
what I do. But yeah, that was a wonderful, fun little adventure to kick off the summer.
Yep. And that adventure also always reminds you of keeping your eyes open when you're out traveling, because the other thing we did on that trip,
so then
was something you had seen previously.
We'd driven by it. I had seen pamphlets for it, and I never really thought it was like anything that exciting. I just kind of thought it was like, oh, that's fun. But because we love Disney, we're always kind of seeking out that like adventure and like whimsical things to do. So in Netherlands, not Neverland, Netherlands, you come down the peak, if you take the peak to peak highway from Estes Park down to Golden, which is where we were headed, which is another one of our favorite cities in Colorado. They have a little town called Netherland. It is the home of the Frozen Dead Guy Days, which is a really weird, interesting story. You can go read about that, but basically it was...
Yeah, share the story, because we didn't get it in the vlog.
I can't remember the exact details, but like...
Well, some guy died
overseas. In
Japan?
China?
No. Netherlands?
Maybe.
New Zealand?
Yeah, no, not New Zealand. It's like in like Finland, Sweden, somewhere in that.
We've got a new friend joined us. Hey, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Thanks for hopping on from Highlands Ranch.
Awesome. That is so awesome. Awesome.
Well, two little boys.
Yeah.
Back to our vlog on Estes Park, doing the aerial tramway.
They would love.
And then this carousel that we're getting to.
So I gotta look this up because I gotta find the story. It's
maybe don't share the Frozen Dead Guy Days story with them.
Well, they have a whole festival every year called Frozen Dead Guy Days, which we have talked about going to. It is a very, very strange thing.
No, I bet you.
Is it in here? There's like an official like website for Frozen Dead Guy Days. Here we go. Frozen Dead Guy Days. If you go to the Frozen Dead Guy Days like actual page,
frozendeadguydays.com,
and you have to find, oh my gosh, I read this whole thing. Maybe it's on like the Netherlands.
Here, go back to, you had a wiki. There's a wiki page about it.
Okay. All right. Norwegian citizen.
There we go.
In 1989, a Norwegian citizen brought the corpse of their recently deceased grandfather to the United States.
Yes.
They preserved him on dry ice, and then he was cryogenically frozen in California.
Yep.
But in 1993, he was transported to Netherlands, where I guess he had other family that lived there, and they planned to create this like cryogenic facility there. But then he was deported because he overstayed his visa.
No, the citizen.
The citizen who brought him over was deported because he had overstayed his visa, and so the Frozen Dead guy
was behind this house in a shed.
Stayed here in this shack, and so it's like this weird thing. So Netherland is home to the Frozen Dead Guy, but also in Netherland, slightly more family friendly and whimsical
Yeah.
is the Carousel of Happiness.
Yes.
And it is
amazing.
like just incredible. Again, it's something like we had driven through Netherlands before, and I'd always seen it and been like, I wonder what that is. Like, it's probably just one of those kind of like indoor like mall carousels. Like, but that'd be cute to stop at. Like, you know, we love carousels. That was Wally's like favorite and first ride that he did in the Magic Kingdom, and you know, that would be kind of cool. Like, we should go check that out. So we like decided like we're gonna stop and we're gonna do it. Like, our timing was right, because that's our other problem is we're always like coming down the mountain and it gets too late and we miss it. So we're like, today is the day. Absolutely 100% worth the drive. Not to mention beautiful drive through the mountains.
Yes.
So
any drive through the mountains is gorgeous.
And then you do end up, you know, down in some other cities, but specifically Golden is a wonderful place. So like go up to Estes Park, drive down to Golden, and go visit the Carousel of Happiness. So it was built by a Vietnam war vet.
Yep.
He basically, when he was over serving in the war, he was, you know, struggling.
He's in war.
And his sister sent him a music box, and he would play that music box, and he would dream about this beautiful carousel in a mountain meadow. And that was what kept him going. Yep. And then when he came home,
obviously had PTSD from this.
Yeah, like was pretty like intense experience, right? And so when he came home, he and his family actually ended up moving to Netherlands, Colorado, and he bought this old carousel and taught himself how to carve. He decided, I'm going to build a carousel. I'm going to build that mountain meadow carousel that carried me through the war as my therapy to, you know, get myself back into this life and to spread happiness and joy to others. And so he had never carved before and just set out to carve these animals. And he hand carved every single animal on this carousel. And it is amazing. I mean, just it's truly, it's a work of art. Like, I know we've said amazing like 100 times, but it's incredible. I'm gonna see if I have
you find the pictures, and I'll talk a little bit about it. I just put the link in the chat. So while we were there, actually, Atlas Obscura was, and I know I butchered their name spelling on there, but put a link in the chat for you to follow up on later. It's also on our video. You can go there in the description and see it. They were doing an in-depth interview and video on the creator of this, the story on. And so they had all their, like, okay, we're vloggers, you know, so I see all these guys with like real cameras. I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing? And they're like, yeah, we're from Atlas Obscura, and we're just making a little documentary on these on him, and just
beautiful
amazing
story. And I go watch that documentary because it like, first of all, you'll cry. There's a family in there who lost a daughter, and he like helped preserve her ashes. Her ashes are in one of the animals, and so they come there every year. And they were there that day.
And they were there that day.
Because when we walked in, we heard them singing "Happy Birthday," and so they go there every year to celebrate this little girl's birthday. And it's just, I mean.
Okay, I'm gonna start crying.
I know.
Stop.
Hits you in the feels. So.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so the first animal that Wally rode was the moose, of course, because it's like classic Colorado, and he's like got these beautiful golden horns, and like even just the detailing of like the little birds that are on top of his horns.
This is all hand carved by one individual
that had no like carving experience. He just taught himself how to do this as a form of therapy.
Yep.
So cannot recommend the Carousel of Happiness enough. It's amazing. And then it also has I think I have a little video clip. It has a Wurlitzer organ in there. I think this one, I'll play it. You can see even like the person up on the top. amazing. Like the bird, I mean, just
It's a Wurlitzer band, basically.
yeah, it's a whole like band organ.
Yep.
I think I saved the little clip of her talking about it in there, but it is an out of this world experience. Like you will not regret it. The second time Wally rode, he rode on the heron. And it's like, amazing. And like even this little like fox up here in the rafters of the carousel.
Well, and that's the other thing is, great carousel, really neat. You can go sit outside of it. If it's a really nice day, they have the windows open. You can just listen to it. If you go inside, you can go upstairs and there's an overlook where you can overlook the carousel and look at all the fox and all the detail up above.
And they have a cute little puppet
theater
well, I had
that
fun
you had
with
fun
that.
with. That was, I mean, if you haven't seen our video yet, it is the cutest thing I've seen in my entire life. The little puppet show you and him put on.
It was such a fun day.
Yeah.
And they have these little booklets. I don't think I have a picture of it, but you can get this little booklet, and then every time you ride it, you can record like which animal you rode. Just incredible. I mean, even like the artwork off to the side.
Oh yeah, I didn't think this made it into the vlog.
No, I think I ended up cutting that clip, but it's got like all these other
all these carvings around here.
Just super whimsical, super fun. So I mean, that is like one of our favorite little roadside Colorado adventures that we've been on, for sure. So definitely, if you are ever out here, one of the places we would highly recommend visiting is Estes Park, and then make your way down to Netherland and do the Carousel of Happiness. It's fantastic. And then we met the Fieros and went to dinner at Woody's Woodfire Pizza, which is one of our favorite
Always
places.
a great spot.
And Golden has such good food, and such good, like if you have dietary restrictions.
Yes. People that
amazing
understand
places
it.
Yeah. So that was a super fun day.
Yep.
And then coming up, what else have I put up on the vlog? Did I have something else?
That's it for what we've hit. We did the Dude Dad Derby.
Oh yeah, the Dude Dad Derby. That was super fun. So I don't know if any of you follow Dude Dad, but he's kind of a big deal.
Facebook guy.
Facebook. He produces like Facebook videos, Instagram content, YouTube.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of followers. But he a couple years ago moved out to Fort Collins. So he's here in Fort Collins. And he put on the very first Dude Dad Derby. So he worked with the local Boy Scout troop, and they hosted a Pinewood Derby. And it was super, super fun. Like Wally just had the best time with it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You
The
would
puppet show is
love it. Yeah.
I'm happy they enjoyed it because
Yeah. So Sarah, like, no joke, you have to take
Yep.
your boys there.
Yep.
So they will. And if your little guy is like obsessed with carousels, like you'll ride it like 5 times. It's amazing.
Just when you buy the
stand
tickets,
there
just
and
go ahead and buy
watch.
multiple rides.
Yeah.
Just do that. Don't even
And
waste.
like all the
Just buy
animals
multiple
are like
rides.
incredible. So yeah, it's you would love it. It's a little bit of a drive. Where do you guys are at Highlands Ranch.
So,
So
it's a
not
little haul, but
too bad, but definitely doable. Like go on a fall mountain drive and it's a beautiful place to drive to in fall.
yes.
Mountain change. If you go to our fall mountain drive vlog from last year, I don't know if you can find that one and put it in the chat. But there's some really awesome aspen groves through there to get beautiful like fall photos too. So it's a great drive to go like get some fall family photos and then end your day, like go ride the carousel and go get a delicious dinner.
It is in the mountains. They are winding roads up a canyon. So you're from Colorado, so you know that. But for anyone else coming out here with littles, do not give them bunches of juice and stuff and food before you go winding up the mountain. Or that
Wally's only thrown up in the car once.
It's coming back
because
out.
of mountain drives.
It's coming back
We
out.
took him to do the train, the Georgetown Loop.
And we went through Golden because of an accident on I-70. So we went up that
and
Golden Canyon.
We made the mistake of not like monitoring what he ate for breakfast. So we gave him some like Cheerios and some other stuff and like a granola bar. And he didn't eat any of that. He just drank all of his apple juice. So then we like wound around and around and around and around, and it did not end well.
Is it in our Northern Colorado adventures?
Yeah, but so is like everything else. That is like
Yeah, I'm getting there. Don't worry.
a crazy. It might be this one. No, that's summer. Never mind.
I got it. I got it.
But yeah, that's a great place to go visit. And then the Dude Dad Derby, that was super, super fun. I don't know if he'll do it again.
This one?
It was a lot of work. Gosh, I don't know. I think that one's way too old. No, it's like not that old. Here, I'll find it. You can talk a little bit more.
I'll talk a little
Dude
bit
Dad
about
because
you know. Well, no, it was a fun event. Love to do Pinewood Derby and
you're a big. It's this one.
Yeah,
you're a big like Boy Scout, so we've
Yes.
done. He's done Pinewood a lot. So it was really fun to see what Dude Dad did with it, though, because he actually built a loop-de-loo track.
Yeah.
So it was cool. They had the traditional Pinewood races.
And then the winners of the races got to go compete in the loop. And you have to design your car very specifically to be able to win the downhill race, but also be able to handle the loop. Wally had a vehicle attached to the back of his car, which I think threw off its looping ability. But
I also think something came off in the track.
I don't know. So something happened, but every time his car made it once, and then every time they sent it down after that, it kept like flying off the track.
Yeah,
and almost took some people out in the audience.
A couple times. It was fun.
A couple times.
It was actually like his favorite part.
He loved it. Oh, his car would eject from the loop-de-loo, and he just loved it.
He was like, "Whoa, my car crashed! Did you see that?" I don't know if you want to type something with that. But yeah, he like had the best time, and he just loves building and creating and designing, and so it was like super, super fun. And Dude he's a fun guy. He's like super creative, super crafty.
Yeah. So I just put a link in the chat to the Fall Mountain Adventures from
last year. It was last year.
Okay.
But that one has kind of the aspen groves that we like to stop at and get photos. I think I might have even said something in like, oh, look, there's the Carousel of Happiness. We want to stop there someday.
Yeah.
Because I literally have said it every time we've driven through Netherlands. So, and they have a really cute coffee shop there too.
Oh yeah, two old train cars.
They had homemade donuts. Like had one of the little mini donut makers in there. And we didn't get any, but they smelled amazing.
Yes.
So
because the family in front of us bought them out.
Yeah, they bought like the last batch of them. Well, it was a little sad, but
we're standing there talking about donuts, and they walk in and buy donuts.
So Dude Dad, and then coming up to round out kind of our like Colorado adventure series, we did the Rockies game for the 4th of July this year, and it was really, really fun. It's another thing that's been on our Colorado bucket list for a long time. We've always wanted to do a fireworks game for the Rockies. We talked about it. Typically, we're in Disney World for the 4th of July. And one of the reasons we like doing Disney World over the 4th of July, it is surface of the sun, melts your body hot down there. There are a lot of people there for the holiday. I know I'm not selling this to you, but the reason we like it is it's a wonderful time to do the pools. So it's totally worth it to stay at like one of the deluxe resorts and enjoy some pool time, like really just enjoy pool time. And if you can stay on one of the monorail resorts, it's great because you can just like go do a little bit of the parks and then like a little bit of pool time and a little bit of the parks. And then it's just easy for the 4th.
Easy for the 4th.
I think that was what was appealing to us about the Rockies game because, we live in Fort Collins, Northern Colorado. There are plenty of fireworks displays that happen around us.
You have to go to them.
And they're good. They're not Disney fireworks, but they're good.
To go to them.
But it's just a lot of work to get to them and the bugs. And that's the thing about Disney. I don't know if I've ever been bitten by a mosquito in Disney World. Probably means it's like chemical laden, but you don't have to worry about the mosquitoes and the bugs.
So Sarah, if you're in Omaha, hit the Omaha Zoo.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are from we're Iowa transplants, so and I don't know if you've watched any of our Omaha vlogs too. We try and go out there to visit family on like Easter weekend.
What's the candy shop? You may not want to go to the candy shop. The candy shop's fun.
It's super fun. Well, what's really fun about it is the pinball
The pinball
arcade. They have like this huge vintage pinball arcade. I actually think we didn't vlog that when we went this last year.
We did not.
We like made the intentional decision like not to
Wanted to
vlog
spend
that
time with
weekend.
my parents and have it be quality.
But man, that is amazing. So Hollywood Candy.
Look at that. Went
Okay.
there today.
There
Excellent.
you go. Yeah. So Hollywood Candy Co. to do the pinball stuff is super, super fun. The Rose Theater too, since you have little ones.
Yep.
The Rose Children's Theater is so good. I can't remember what's playing there right now. I think Beauty and the Beast is going to be there this summer, and I'm really excited to hopefully go and see that when we go visit the Midwest. Jocelyn Art Museum is super fun.
When it has art.
Well, but the Kids Center.
The Kids Center is really cool. And that
And
was still
Jocelyn's
functional.
awesome. Like,
Yeah.
just really
Yeah.
fun place. That's all we ended up doing because they literally had like all of their exhibits were closed because they were expanding. I can't remember
I don't know what they were
were
doing.
like refinishing a space. or
Everything
something.
was
It
gone.
all
Like,
they'd like loaned it all
you've
out
got
basically.
billions of dollars
Yeah.
worth of ancient Egyptian artifacts gone.
Yeah, Omaha's a great city. Super fun. Where did we eat last time we were there too? It was like the
Oh, that pub?
Blue Moon. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
That was really good. They have a really cute Christmas shop in Old Market.
Yeah.
There's just a lot to do in Omaha.
But back to the Rockies.
Yes. So anyway,
Yep.
so we went to a 4th of July fireworks game with the Rockies, and it was so fun. So if you sit in the sections like in the outfield, like directly across from home plate, it's like 107 or something. I don't know. I'm so bad at this stuff. If you look at the way the field is laid out, there's the outfield seats, which do have backs on them, which is great.
Yep.
But at the end of the game, they let you go down on the field for the fireworks, and they were quality fireworks, like amazing show, spectacular fireworks, great music, super fun to get to go down on the ball field. Oh yeah, you're gonna go to the Durham Museum. That'll be fun. We had planned to go there, and we did not make it to Durham Museum.
Yeah, the timing just didn't work out on the last
They
trip.
also have the big boys there at
Kennefic Park.
Kennefic Park.
So it's the Union Pacific Park. You usually should be able to find
It's
Kennefic Park. Right by the
Lawrence
Lawrence and Family Gardens.
Gardens.
Yep.
You go like it's like really fun, like climb up, and then they have the big boy trains,
Yep.
and that's super fun too.
And you can go up near the cab of the big boy. You can't go in it, but you can go up near
It
it.
sounds like our boys have a lot of
Yes,
similar
similar
interests.
interests, yep.
We should try and do like a play date meetup sometime because I think they would have a lot of fun together. But yeah, that'll be fun. We have not done the Durham Museum yet. That's like on our list every time we go there. We never make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely that was worth going to the Rockies game. So that's coming. You'll see in the vlog, there was this like super magical moment again, like, you know, the magic of Disney and like just that surrounding all the time. There was this family sitting in front of us, and Wally makes fast friends out of everybody that he meets. So of course he was like chattering with them, and then they were big. Who's the baseball?
Boston Red Sox.
Because it's Wally the something.
Yeah.
We are not sports people. Let's make that clear. But like they have a mascot that's like Wally something. And so he was like, "Oh my gosh, your name is Wally," and he loved that. And so they connected. And Wally was like, "We're gonna catch a ball." And there was a couple balls that came out
Close to us, yeah.
I mean, there was one that was right in front of us that they hit out there.
Which is huge. I mean, that's a long
hit. And so Wally was convinced, I'm gonna catch a ball. He didn't have a mitt or anything, so I'm not sure how this was going to play out, but he had big plans. So this family in front of us went and
bought a ball.
Bought
at the gift shop.
a game ball, because you know how you can buy like balls from the game that like have been played and like hit and signed and all these things. So they went and bought a game ball and timed it so that like
chaos was ensued.
chaos, and like they had hit a ball,
Yeah.
and then they acted like it was like a home run, and they like threw it up in the air and like caught it and gave it to Wally.
Yeah.
So
We actually never went back on the broadcast to see if they got confused on the broadcast or not, because the cameras are right behind us.
oh yeah, he was like so
Oh my
excited.
gosh. Those
It
people
was just
those
like
guys were amazing.
the sweetest, nicest thing, and I think that is like, again, just this like, magic
It's
is
Colorado love.
everywhere. It's
Magic
that
is everywhere.
sense of
Exactly.
like family, and so it was a really, really sweet moment. And then we went down and did the fireworks, and so that was super fun. We're actually going to do another Rockies game. I'm
Yep.
so excited. I guess at the end of the season they do like a huge discount on their box seats.
They were half off.
I think they were like even more than half
Yeah.
off. It was like $100 for 4 tickets.
Yeah.
in
In a box, the club level.
like club level like boxes. So we're gonna go do another Rockies game. We're super excited about that. So that'll be super fun.
Just in case it's snowing, we'll have a warm place to go.
yeah, you never know.
You never know in
You
Colorado.
never know. It's
And then
like September.
Our last thing is Wally's birthday. We're going to wrap
Yeah.
up our Colorado
Wally's 6th
summer.
birthday. And so he had a trolley birthday party.
Trolley party.
Yeah. So we got to do Totally 80s pizza, and then which is his favorite pizza place here in town. Sarah, if you guys ever want to come down to Fort Collins, Totally 80s pizza is super fun.
For you.
Yeah. For the adults.
For
I
the
mean,
adults. Kids have fun too. It's fun for the adults.
This weekend, I think this weekend they're
This
gonna
weekend,
have the
DeLorean.
DeLoreans there, so they are like bringing out all the DeLorean cars and doing like a Back to the Future day, so that'll be really fun. But we did Totally 80s pizza as a family, and then for his birthday party, we actually rented out the Fort Collins trolley for an hour and did a private ride. So we like went down and back with the kids, and it was super, super fun. I made like a little scavenger hunt bingo card for them, so they had to like, I spy, a cat, I spy a bike, I spy a mailbox, like all these fun things as they were riding the trolley, and they got to play bingo when they got back. So we've done a vlog for Wally's birthday every year, and we started vlogging shortly before his second birthday. So he's had his little like birthday vlogs for every year. So we decided, well, we have to do a birthday vlog. So that'll kind of round out our like adventures here at home. And then we're going to start our Orlando series.
Summer vacation.
Yes. So our June Orlando trip, when we went down for 17 days, it's a lot of videos. But that'll be super fun because we're going to cover like staying in an Airbnb in Davenport and kind of like living that Florida life, doing the parks and doing a lot of outside the park stuff.
Yep.
So, and I think that's what we've had the most fun with in the last year, is just kind of finding that magic in the everyday. So here at home in Colorado, but also like you can go down to Orlando, visit Disney World, and do a lot of things that are outside of the parks, and also just embracing like history around too, So yeah, we had a really like fun little summer of adventures here at home. And then we'll have our June series of vlogs. So that'll be coming up. So next week, when we do our Travel Talk Tuesday, we'll be talking about like Orlando living, what it's like to rent an Airbnb and do Disney World in Orlando. And then some outside the park stuff. We have our Showcase of Citrus Day that we did. So that'll be really, really fun. I think this actually will be on that one. We did some DVC events, so just lots of fun stuff. What is it called? I went to CSU.
Oh, Totally 80s pizza.
Yes.
Yes, it was not around.
It was
when
not
we were
around
here.
then. Yeah.
Nope.
It used to be over by the Chuck E. Cheese on College.
Yep.
Now they're over by
Shields and Drake.
yeah,
Drake
it's
and
like
Shields.
the Rain Dance. Isn't that the Rain
I think
Dance
that's Rain
complex?
Dance complex, yeah.
Super fun
Totally
place.
80s pizza.
And the
You can watch the
History Channel,
yeah.
Adam Eats the 80s. Is that
Yeah.
what it's called?
Yeah.
I think so. He came and visited and did a little show on it. So that's a fun way to like kind of see it, but it's super fun.
At minimum, go follow their Facebook page, because every once in a while they bring in some some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, they had like
Ghostbusters.
they do Ghostbusters days every
All
year.
the time.
That'll be coming up here in October. They usually
Yep.
do it for Halloween. They celebrate Star Wars Day. They do the DeLoreans, the Back to the Future Day, which isn't Back to the Future Day in September?
That's
Yeah.
that's Sunday.
Yeah, that is
That's Sunday. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, they do lots of fun like themed events. I will say when they have the themed event days,
It's
it
nuts.
is easy.
And don't plan on going for pizza, or if you want pizza, like,
Yeah, maybe like order it for takeout
yeah, because it takes a couple
it's
hours to get pizza.
But just come sometime when they're not doing an event
Yeah.
and like just go eat
'Cause
pizza.
then you can
And their
enjoy the
pizza, their
museum.
pizza's good. I think they have good pizza.
So it's one of the largest collections of 80s memorabilia in the state of
Yes,
Colorado.
It's so fun.
It's a museum.
And they have a little arcade so you can play like the classic
Yeah.
like 80s arcade games too, which is super fun. Yeah, definitely. You should come down and do a CSU game, you know. They got the new stadium now.
Yep.
It's made the team so much better.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens, right?
Middle Tennessee, baby.
That's
All
it.
right.
We're CSU alumni.
We are
so
CSU alumni, so
we can pick on the Rams. It's
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, come down and visit
Yep.
sometime. And thanks for watching, Sarah.
Thanks for watching, Sarah.
to the
Welcome,
channel.
welcome to the chat.
All right, we are gonna hop over to Hitchhiking Bones. I never feel. I'm like, how are we ever gonna fill an hour?
And we
but
just
it
did.
goes so fast.
Yes.
And then I'm really excited about the weeks ahead because we have a lot of fun Disney stuff to talk about from our June
Mhm.
trip, and then it's gonna be Halloween, and we have fun stuff coming up for that. And fall's just my favorite time of year. I love fall so much. So especially out in Colorado, it's such a beautiful time of year. I feel like this is always the like season where I like start getting like leaf anxiety. Like, is this the weekend I go to the mountains? Is this the weekend I go to the mountains? Is this the weekend I go to the mountains? So I think we are going to try and go up to Estes this weekend if we
Yeah.
can score a park pass on Friday. So we'll see.
Sarah, hit us up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, connect with us
DM
there.
us over
Send us a
there.
message. We can coordinate. Maybe get together. It'd be really fun.
all right. I put in the chat link to the Hitchhiking Bones coming on right now. Talking D23 Expo. Head on over there. Give them some love. They're at 765 subscribers. They're getting close to that 1,000 mark.
Yeah.
So we want to give them some love. You know, it's going to be a fun chat tonight. I'm excited. It's going to be long. There's a lot of people with a lot of heart and passion.
Yeah. It's gonna be-
I hope they have some guests. We'll see. I don't know. I didn't talk to them about that.
Yeah.
So
and then make sure you check out the live place.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Thank you for getting my
Yes.
usual stuff in
Yeah.
here. So yep, check out theliveplace.com. Thanks to Dean over at the Live Place for hosting all the family friendly streamers. If you're ever sitting around some Sunday afternoon wondering who's live right now, liveplace.com is your tool. Go there, see who's live. Disney,
Yep.
travel, games,
Just like family friendly
family-friendly
content.
entertainment.
Yeah.
No
yeah.
cost to you.
Super fun.
And yeah, just a bunch of fun people on there. So
Yeah.
thanks to all of our mods
Yeah.
who are here keeping the chat safe and happy tonight.
Yep.
Thank you for everyone for coming in to chat with us.
Yeah.
If you're new here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to be notified of our next video, next live stream. I think that's it, huh? Did I miss
I
anything?
think so. I
I'm
think
losing my
so.
voice.
I know. it's
Guys,
been a long week.
It's
Like
been a
back to
long
school
week.
season is always like rough. And Wally brought home, the typical back to school cold over Labor Day weekend. And we have had it for over a
Yay.
week now. So we're ready to just like not be sick anymore.
all right, I got the Hitchhiking Bones live post, so
Yes.
they're live. This is the Wonderful World of Walter.
We love you guys just the way you are.
Bye.
Bye.